Guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What I have today, guys, is revisiting the old series I was doing top 10 songs. I visit some of my favorite artists and try to compile my top 10 songs from that artist. It's a very tough task, but I'm always up for the challenge. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Definitely hit that subscribe button down below to join the Much Music Meltdown family. And if you enjoy this type of content, please give the video a thumbs up just to help with the algorithm. And if you're also new to the channel, definitely check out my playlist. I've done a few of these already. I've done AC/DC, Slayer, Metallica, and the Beatles. I was going to tackle Black Sabbath next, but it was just too daunting. They have so many songs from Black Sabbath I love, like probably 30 or 40. So I wasn't really quite ready to tackle that yet. So I decided to do the next best thing, which is Ozzy's solo records, I should say. And so let's jump right in, guys. At number 10, I have the ballad Mama, I'm Coming Home from No More Tears. Really nice song. This is kind of like a sitting around the campfire kind of song, singing along. Really good vocal melodies on this one. Really showcases Ozzy's vocal abilities. His voice sounds really, really nice on this song. I'm not too sure how much I believe the lyrics. It's supposed to be him coming home to Sharon after being on the road, but you know how everyone knows how Ozzy was during his career. Into the drugs, you know, sleeping with women, partying. So it's a nice sentiment lyrical to the song, but I'm not sure how much I believe it at the time, at least. And number 9, I went with the title track to Diary of a Madman. Really good tune, real neoclassical, really shows off Randy Rhoads' ability. This is the direction Randy Rhoads would have gone in if he didn't pass away, rest in peace. He's a real neoclassical player, really talented guy, and he was taken away way too young. This is just a really good song, and it showcases his guitar abilities to the best of any song, in my opinion. Overall, as a song, lyrically with the vocals and all the other instruments, etc., it's probably not one of my favorite Ozzy tracks per se. That's why it's lower on the list. But the guitar work on this alone from Randy Rhoads is enough to make my list for sure. And number 8, I went with "Shot in the Dark" on the Ultimate Sins album. This is definitely a more commercial tune. The production and the delivery is just a more radio-friendly kind of vibe, but it's still a really rockin' tune, really heavy guitar riff still, really catchy chorus. Just a really fun, catchy song, really rockin' still. Always love this song. It's just a fun little song to listen to, and still pretty heavy on the riffs. At number 7, I went with No More Tears, the title track. Really cool song. I love the kind of eerie vibe on this one, and the cool little guitar riffs, like like that kind of pulsing kind of guitar riff. Really like this song. It's one I've always gravitated towards, even as a younger person getting into Ozzy, and it's one song that always stuck with me, and I still listen to it quite a lot. At number 6, I went with the title track to The Ultimate Sin. When this song kicks off, it has this really crunchy guitar riff that gives you that stink face and like get your head bobbing right away. Really rockin' heavy tune. Such an underrated album in my opinion. It has so many classic bangers on here from Ozzy's catalog, and had to include this one. I always loved it. Title track is a really good tune. Number 5, I went with probably his most popular album of all time, Crazy Train. One of the most iconic opening riffs of anyone. Everyone knows this riff. Like, it's so iconic. Song is really memorable. Really good guitar melodies on this one as well, and I never get sick of it. I've heard it probably a million times, and just a really classic tune from Ozzy. Had to make the list. Number 4, I went with Over the Mountain, the opening track. From Diary of a Madman. That drum intro is just killer. Leads into the guitar riff. Always love this tune. Great vocal choruses on this one as well. Great melodic melodies and vocal melodies, and it's just always been one of my favorite tunes. Most people, I think, have this on their top 10. It's just such an iconic Ozzy track that you can't ignore. At number 3, I went with the title track from Bark at the Moon. Easily the best song from this album. I think it's the only one I included from this album, but it's just a killer tune. Really fun rockin' song. Really cool music video too when he dresses up as the werewolf, and I always love this tune. It's definitely one of my favorites. First album to have J.K. Lee on it as well. He does a really good job following up Randy Rhoads, which is a tough task, but he held his own, and he had some really killer riffs on this album. And Bark of the Moon was a really, really good, strong song, and his solo in it is really killer as well. One of his best solos, I think, from all Ozzy material. Number 2, I went with Mr. Crowley, which is just a killer tune, and it's from the debut album, and it's just that Mr. Crowley. It just gets you into it right away. You have to sing along. Such an eerie kind of weird track. It's got that kind of like organ intro, kind of like feels like a horror movie kind of thing. I always loved this song. Had a really cool vibe to it, and it was just a really fun sing along kind of tune. And number 1 might be a shock to most people, but I have a Hellraiser from the No More Tears album. Always fucking love this song. I just love when the chorus kicks in. Hellraiser. It's just so classic. It's so good. Gets my fist in the air every time. It's so epic and just gets you pumped up. Another track co-wrote by Lemmy Kilmister. He wrote a lot of really good tunes from that album and helped Ozzy as well in a lot of other tunes. And this has always been my favorite Ozzy track, the one I listen to the most. I love that video they released of Lemmy and Ozzy's vocals on that kind of animated video they put it a couple years ago. It was really cool stuff. But yeah, that's my list, guys. Finished off with Hellraiser number 1. So to reiterate, Hellraiser number 1, Mr. Crowley number 2, Bark of the Moon number 3, Over the Mountain number 4, Crazy Train number 5, The Ultimate Sin title track number 6, No More Tears title track number 7, Shot in the Dark number 8, Die of the Madman title track number 9, and Mama I'm Coming Home at number 10. So let me know down below, guys, what your top 10 Ozzy songs would be. And I'm always curious to see what people would like. There's a couple tracks that didn't quite make my list, like I Don't Know from the first album was really killer. There's some other albums, some of the songs, SATO was another one that didn't quite make the list. But some really good songs out there that didn't quite make it. So let me know down below, guys, what your picks would be. And until next time, keep it metal.